to the Dark Match. I'm Mr. War Machine.
I'm Duo's Angel.
I'm Christopher Says DarkMatch is Mastodon of the Monotone as usual.
And I am your foxy friend Backlash, and wouldn't you know it, it's time for What's Iron Sheik Tweeting Now? Andre the Giant, biggest piece of garbage ever. He have smaller roasted dick than the Hulk Hogan.
What?
Well, he could still, Sheiky baby, you might say that, but he could still make legendary stories where people see him fucking from a distance and it looks like a lion attacking a rabbit or something along.
And yet still, it always comes back to Hulk Hogan. That is like his measuring stick for hatred.
Well, yeah, because he hates Hulk Hogan. Isn't it perfectly clear? He's still living in their feud from the 1990s.
80s.
Whatever. But anyways, today we are talking about the WWE Super Show, where we had Raw on Monday, as per usual, but then we had SmackDown Live on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
And the only other thing making this super is that the brand separation was temporarily called off.
No, not temporarily.
Permanently.
As the first person who comes out is Triple H, as has been happening for the past 3-4 weeks.
Basically, he talks about he says that he's there to give the fans the absolute best. And it's starting tonight for foreseeable blah blah blah. You know, I'm sucking up to the fans. War Machine is beginning to understand why people hated 2003.
Yeah, me too. It's like so far I haven't gotten to the point where I'm like, good God, this fucking guy. But I'm like, gee, he likes coming out in the ring and just talking, doesn't he? He likes having this.
He's literally at this point talking to hear his head rattle.
I mean, it's a case of just liking the sound of your own voice too much.
But nonetheless, like, War Machine pretty much glossed over the fact that, like he said, foreseeable future, there's the brand separation. You're going to see superstars SmackDown on Raw.
So he actually did say that the brand separation is more or less over.
Yeah, he says starting tonight and for the foreseeable. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Freaking time. I mean, that thing hasn't even been relevant in God knows how many years.
Well, what I always find interesting about the brand separation is that because there's so few tag teams and, there's only so many divas and there's only one belt for the divas, those two belts had to be defended on both shows anyways.
Not like you'd see it anyway.
So, for those two divisions, the brand separation meant nothing because it couldn't.
As someone who was just starting to watch wrestling when the brand separation was still relevant, like, I had to kind of pick and choose which pay-per-views I was going to buy because of the brand separation. To see it fall into such disarray, it was like watching a piece of your childhood get brutally beaten in front of you.
See, I actually stopped watching wrestling pretty much right after the brand separation started, so when I got back into it, I didn't notice that much of a difference at first. Mostly because it was around WrestleMania and it didn't mean shit.
Yeah. That was always kind of the case, so I just sort of expected that, because around, like, WrestleMania, the brand separation would just fall apart. Because they wanted to promote their big show. But,
Well, suffice it to say, he talks about SmackDown superstars being on Raw, and he says, that's what makes being the CEO fun. But, unfortunately, people are lying to me, and people are disrespecting me, and that's what makes it very unfun. He talks about Kevin Nash, and he wants Nash out. Before that could happen, CM Punk arrives. Yeah.
The crowd chants for Punk, as per usual, because he's face now.
Yep.
Sort of.
Well, I'll actually have more to say on that on SmackDown, but
he's an in-between.
Yeah, I'd go with that. But CM Punk starts insulting Triple H, as per usual. And basically calls him a liar. And tells Triple H to, admit that he and Nash were in cahoots. And ever since the beginning, and then NWO music hits, and out comes Big Daddy Cool, Kevin Nash.
Yeah, unfortunately, you don't get to hear that great voice going, new world order, for life, that kind of shit. Yes.
Well, you also couldn't hear the Wolfpack theme, so...
Yeah, I'd honestly rather him come out to the Wolfpack theme. He seems to identify with that more, like, throughout both companies he was more prominent in.
Well, you have to think that they were only going with what they worked with. That they never really had the Wolfpack as part of the WWE, so they probably just didn't even have the music available.
And plus, let's be honest, the Wolfpack theme is pretty fucking awesome.
So awesome that they brought it back in TNA without the lyrics.
Oh,
those scholar genius witticisms. But nonetheless, Triple H and Nash go back and forth. Triple H is like, "Why are you coming in here and attacking my guys?" And Kevin Nash saying, "Don't you listen to him? He's disrespecting you. He's disrespecting me as a man. He's disrespecting your fucking wife, Triple H." And contrary to what you said, John Laurinaitis, the executive vice president of talent relations, just signed me to a lucrative contract. So I can kick people's ass. And,
I'll be honest. I think that Nash is at least attempting to make amends for his douchebaggery. I don't need to see him on TV.
Oh, don't worry, that'll happen soon.
You know, he was kind of around when I started watching wrestling. It was like right around the time he came back. And I gotta say, I didn't like him then. I don't like him now. Like, even though he was a face, I couldn't, I don't know what it was. But, you know.
I don't know. I've really said my piece on this already. We don't need to see Nash in a feud. And I guess we'll get into this more at the end of the night from where they go with this angle. But Triple H and Nash were going back and forth for quite a bit. Did anyone else forget Punk was there?
I'm sure he felt that people forgot he was there.
I was doing other things at the same time, so it was kind of easy. But it did make him inserting himself back into the conversation that much funnier.
Yeah, because it was like for like about 5 minutes after Nash came out, maybe even it was like, "You were disrespected. I have a responsibility. You were disrespected. I have a responsibility. You were disrespected." It felt natural when he started gagging.
Starts rolling around the ring and shit.
It's like, guys, I'm here. He may have milked it a little bit too much, but nonetheless, he goes on to explain that whenever he's like, "Oh, look, everyone, the click is back." Whenever you're on TV, I just want to flick my remote. And
funny. That's exactly what I do.
But
and coincidentally, it's the same sound your knees make. Click. Click.
Hello. Hello. So, essentially, Kevin Nash starts getting crazy, and he's like, "Triple H, you better book the match everyone wants to see." No one wants to see this match. Nash versus Punk. Then Punk proposes, "Well, how about we do it at Night of Champions?" And he's all like, "You're a champion ass kisser." And it's just like, oh, snap. He's being witty. And, then Punk starts insulting Triple H again, saying he doesn't wear pants in the family. And various other but he does wear panties.
Stephanie's panties at that.
Well, I don't know. I didn't think that one was as funny.
No.
But Triple H makes the match official. He's all like, "I'm Triple H. I make stuff official because I'm Triple H." And He says he has 2 words for Nash and Punk. Suck it. Ho ho, DX reference. And then he walks
Let's not
off.
bring them back, do we?
And Nash and Punk stare each other down. Cut to Randy Orton walking out and stuff. And, yeah. Dolph Ziggler versus Randy Orton. Non-title champion.
I actually have a comment. Do you think it kind of says something about their opening monologues taking too long if the next segment bleeds into it despite it having nothing to do with the previous one?
Oh, totally.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah, this went
Well,
long.
anyways, let's just get on to the match, and damn good match, I'll say.
yeah,
Yeah.
like good
Yeah.
for its finish spots.
It was kind of slow getting in, but then it really kind of picked up its momentum around the middle, I thought.
Yeah, I like the match. I'd agree with what you're saying.
It was
there.
very tentative, and then they pretty much accelerated the pace towards the end. Like the prime spot being Orton had Ziggler down. He was going to punt him, and Ziggler just gets up and super kicks the fuck out of him.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
Anyways, the finish of this match, RKO, Randy gets the win. What else did you expect?
Yeah.
I liked it.
It was after enough teases, sleeper,
Yeah.
zigzag, stuff like that.
Orton. I like Ziggler.
It's good that they're doing it in situations where he doesn't get hit with finishers and then hit the RKO. Like I think I'm glad they were careful enough to call it like around spots and not like after being hit with ones.
And there is like storyline bits going on with this. I actually missed all this because I was so busy last week. But apparently Vicky Guerrero is hoping to sign some new talent, so the loss here definitely will be playing a role in that.
Oh, that new talent is mostly just Jack Swagger.
Oh yeah.
When that started happening, and with Vicky being hot now and all, I just thought of this scene from an episode of Entourage where Argold's talking to this agent, and who's been like sleeping around the office, and she says she signed John Stamos, and he goes with a pen or his cock.
Oh.
And I don't know why, but for some reason that's what this storyline screams at me.
No, there are no sexual involved. Don't worry about it. You're absolutely wrong, War Machine. How could you think something like that? Get your head out of the gutter.
Yeah, Vicky Guerrero is involved.
But I mean, 5 years ago, those undertones would be overtones, but nonetheless, the funny thing about this is that Ziggler loses his match, and Vicky's like, yes, he's proven to me that he's unworthy. Fucking lost to Randy Orton, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, I mean, that is world champion.
Vicky. But nonetheless, Josh Matthews next backstage with Cena and asking him about his reaction to Alberto beating him, which of course he's not selling, but nonetheless he just walks off. He doesn't say a thing. And after the commercial break, he comes out. We have our crane shot dedicated solely to him, and he basically says that he's not feeling very confident. He's feeling a little bit wary about Alberto Del Rio's presence. But nonetheless, if Josh Matthews asks for his reaction, he's going to tell the crowd in the middle of the ring that he wants to kick Alberto Del Rio's teeth in.
I miss.
It's your generic Cena promo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
nothing really comes of it except that it attracts the attention of Mark Henry.
Which
this wasn't interesting enough, apparently.
Over under is that a better or worse result? Is it you go from a pedestrian Cena promo to Mark Henry, and he said Mark Henry says Cena, I've got your number. I've dismantled Kane, The Big Show, and others. I slammed Sheamus on the steel steps, and Cena, you're joining my Hall of Pain.
Oh,
Hall of
God.
I just...
So lame.
You know, when
That is
attempting
so lame.
a Bond one-liner, please do not be lame.
Please
At least
something better than the local first graders.
Yeah, you know, at least attempt, you know, to be witty. Then again, I may be asking too much of Mark Henry, but
he
There's
puts
a writing staff that could be helping him.
yeah, no, because he just forgets it. It's in one ear and out the other. It's Mark Henry we're talking about.
But yeah, he puts over his upcoming match at Night of the Champions with whoever's going to have the title after tomorrow's cage match between Orton and Christian. At that, Christian comes out, and I really wasn't expecting, like, they said Raw and SmackDown wrestlers, but I didn't know that would just apply to promos.
You know,
Ziggler versus...
Well, Christian cuts his promo basically saying, "Oh, Cena, I can't stand you coming out here every week and whining until you get what you want." And I'm thinking, I can't tell if trolling or just stupid.
No, yeah, he's definitely just being a fucking hypocrite. Like, that's all. Like, he's being a shallow hypocrite.
Hot kettle, your old friends.
And Cena basically says, "Bitch, you have a fake tan, and everyone knows it, and it's obvious."
that was just so random.
That's what he said, and
Especially because Christian immediately looked embarrassed.
well, it's true. It's a pretty bad fake tan, and I mean, he looked just fine like 6 years ago when he right post cutting his hair when he didn't use the fake tan. But fuck.
Well, yeah, but
Fine.
also, I mean that insult is just right the hell out of nowhere. I mean, you know, I guess if he's just looking for something to insult, but that doesn't really defend, you know, what Christian said about him.
Yeah,
Something I've noticed about John Cena is that when he is pulling out insults, yes, he will just pull out some of the most shallow, just personal insults he can think of.
No, yeah, he basically, when he's not like involved in his high stakes feud and he doesn't have to have like a war of words with whoever he's programming with, like if it's something minor like a one night thing, then he's just gonna say like, "You have bad breath," or
yeah, which is what he said to Mark Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But amid all this chaos with there possibly being two heels against one face, Sheamus comes around and stands behind Cena, and Cena plays this well. Like
I thought it was kind of funny because when Sheamus comes out, Cena's not sure if he's supposed to fight him or fight with him.
Didn't you find out, fella? I turned face.
No shit, your face now?
It
Yeah,
puts
fella.
over the brand separation to the point where like the wrestlers on Raw are basically not watching SmackDown at all. They're in the dark. So I guess that's why Cena couldn't say to Christian, "Hey, Edge bitched you out last night." Instead, he had to focus on his fake tan. I digress. Charles Robinson and John Laurinaitis are basically looking at the monitor backstage, and Laurinaitis is like, "I, the executive vice president, talent relations, I like what I'm seeing."
You know, I like this promo, but I only have one question. Why Charles Robinson of all people? Was there no one else that could have done this promo?
Well, Mike Chioda.
I think they just.
I don't have a problem with Charles Robinson, but he's the fucking referee.
I think they just picked him out of a line of referees.
Yes, I mean Mike Chioda's suspended, and
No shit. Mike Chioda got suspended?
That apparently they think that the black ref isn't ready for backstage time, so.
Fuck, maybe he was just in the room.
Wait, hold on, stop. Mike Chioda got suspended?
Yeah, he did. I don't know what exactly it was for. most likely fucking drugs, but
why does a ref need drugs? What is wrong with this company?
that guy, have you seen Mike Chioda? I'm not saying he takes steroids, but that guy looks fucking pissed off all the time.
Why does a ref need to take steroids, though?
You got me there. He basically says, I'm gonna make Cena and Sheamus versus Henry and Christian. Like, as if the match wasn't already implied by their presence. And Triple H says, he's like, yeah, I already made that match about 3 seconds ago. He's like, you work for me, you're under me. They're hyping this so much that it's not going to be the match that happens next. That's kind of, I mean, no problem with CM Punk versus The Miz, but
no. I mean, they just hype the shit out of it.
But it's like they're in the ring, they're cutting promos against each other. They got their gear on. We're gonna leave the match. Okay, CM Punk versus The Miz, another damn decent match. Like another thing I don't have much qualms about. They each like do their usual spots, like Miz doing his corner clothesline, CM Punk doing his knee to bulldog, stuff like that. Eventually,
Miz gets himself DQ'd. Punk wins. And then Truth is there, and CM Punk fights him off to the floor. Kevin Nash wheelchairs himself out to the ring, and Punk tells him, I'm standing right here, come on. And, this attacks Punk, and Nash enters the ring. Truth and Miz beat him down. Nash is approving. Then Nash grabs Punk and makes sweet love to him. He also lays him out with
more of your weird gay fan fiction. Not on the podcast.
He also lays him out with the jackknife powerbomb.
Yeah.
Whatever.
There's nothing else. There's nothing else we could say about that.
It's Kevin Nash. He is the entertainment black hole.
I wouldn't say that, because Kevin Nash can be entertaining when he wants to, but I can't. Bless you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've got a head cold. Nonetheless, what else could you, like, I wouldn't say so much say the black hole of entertainment. Like, with that spot, maybe the black hole of safety.
Yeah.
But our next match is Sin Cara versus Jack Swagger. This, can't really say much about it. Like, it's one thing if Sin Cara is paired up, even with, like, someone such as, like, Christian, someone who would probably be more adept at that kind of stuff. Jack Swagger is a capable wrestler, but, like, I don't think the styles don't match. Like, they don't. For ground and pound doesn't mesh with the WWE style lucha. So, this wasn't a long match. It wasn't really much of one.
It was probably there to further the whole Vicky's thinking about signing or taking on Swagger as more talent. Dolph, as being a jealous asshole. Storyline, yay.
Yeah. Well, it was an okay match for what I would have expected out of these two. And honestly, I do not hate Hunico filling in for the Sin Cara role.
No, he's good.
Well, yeah, and I especially like the finisher, the senton from the middle ropes followed by the lion salt. That's actually pretty good, pretty flashy, pretty thematic, and all those buzzwords and whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like, if there's anything you could quote-unquote complain about is that he can't do that like flippy arm drag, he can't do his corkscrew plancha, and he can't do the C4, and he can't do La Mystica.
Well, yeah, at the very least, he has a beautiful acai moonsault.
Yeah, oh, fuck yeah. Oh, God, yeah. You're absolutely right. I can't believe I forgot about that. It looks pretty damn smooth. But again, like, you gotta be pretty capable to do some of the spots that Mystico does anyway, so, like, Hunico, yeah, he's a damn fine worker.
Well, honestly, I do hope Mystico returns, but if he doesn't, I won't really complain.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that. I mean, so long as this quality match keeps on going.
Given with what happens on SmackDown, I do think Mystico will be returning, but we'll get to that.
Yes.
Oh.
But yeah, Dolph, he starts storming up the ramp, which is weird because Swagger lost, so he technically succeeded. He's like, come on, go to the back.
I think it was probably because I believe him and Vicky do get into an argument.
Yeah, they do. Get into a brief discussion.
Whatever it was, that wasn't on camera.
Yeah.
Like that, I saw him like trading words with Swagger, but Vicky probably happened as Sin Cara was doing his finish.
But Dolph storms up the ramp. He's like, "Hey, come with me." And she's like, "No." And then Dolph leaves. Then next match, Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne, Airborne.
Air Boom, apparently.
Air Boom, that's what they're calling the team.
Oh, Air Boom.
Yep.
I can't remember them off the top of my head, but there were better ideas.
Altitude Era.
That's pretty awesome.
There were better ideas on the Spooning Experiment forums.
Yeah.
Air Boom is stupid. I don't know why it won. Whatever little contest they had.
It was either Bourne or Kofi that actually said, like, it's now time for the Altitude Era. So obviously they were very gung ho about that, but the creative wasn't. So this is a very throwaway rematch. Basically like Ezekiel Jackson's rematch with Cody Rhodes for the IC title. You know that there's no chance that Otunga Cuddy are even going to come close to getting it back because they're shit champions and they make the belt look bad.
Piece of shit.
The finish is Kofi against McGillicuddy with Trouble in Paradise, and after the match, Otunga Cuddy have some words with Jerry Lawler, who stands his ground, not looking the least bit intimidated at these heels.
You know what? This better not be going where I think it's going. I do not need Jerry Lawler involved in another goddamn feud. Michael Cole was bad enough, but now they're going to put him against David fucking Otunga?
Oh, you know where I think this is going? Nowhere.
It better not go anywhere.
I really don't think they're going to bat another eyelash at it because it's like, I mean, Otunga and McGillicuddy might just go right back to FCW, but or just superstars. They'll probably mainstay superstars, but
yeah, because if another Jerry Lawler feud were to happen, it'd be a fucking piece of fucking shit.
The hilarity of it though is that he'd probably be the shining light of it.
Yeah, I think that's more condemning of this feud than anything.
Yeah, you couldn't have said it better.
So next, Kelly versus Brie Bella.
Never get sick of watching this.
I don't understand this. And you know what pissed me off the most about this is because during the match, they cut backstage to Natalya and Beth Phoenix watching the monitor, and excuse the reference if any of you get it, but what they're basically saying is, we should do something. Should we do something? Should do something. Should we do something? Yes, you should do something!
Run out, attack, be heels.
Yeah, break the rules. You don't have to answer to anyone. Fuck. Goddamn.
You're the bad guys now. You get to just wander out and kick ass.
I have never
wander out and kick ass.
I have never seen Monster Heels booked this badly since fucking
Jinder Mahal.
Yes! God damn it!
God, that's another condemnation of the. But this match can be summed up by Kelly does the fame asser after a little bit of offense from Brie Bella, and she. Oh wait. Oh God, I got this wrong.
What?
I got this. Well, actually, that's kind of understandable because Kelly versus Brie Bella is a very forgettable match in the first place. Twin Magic.
Oh Jesus, that's right.
Twin Magic. X Factor. Brie Bella wins.
There's footage. There's like recorded footage. Do you think people would go, "Oh shit, they've been doing that this whole time. We might want to keep an eye out for that.
As much as
What
I just...
happened to the tattoo that keeps Jones on her arm to prevent her from doing that again?
As much...
Just Sharpie.
Yeah, as much as I...
Keep continuity, you bastard!
As much as I bitched about how any match with them would be forgettable, I distinctly remember last week they had different outfits.
God!
Like, that's what you do with them. You institute a dress code.
Yeah, I know. Okay, you guys can't dress the same. The twin thing's gotta stop. You're cheating too blatantly.
Fucking bullshit.
But yeah, we have a video package for Alex Riley of all people. I've done some things I regret, like being a heel and managing the Miz, but I'm here for respect. Damn. Like, sorry you didn't get that U.S. title match at SummerSlam.
They'll probably have it at Night of Champions. Since
don't-
every title has to be defended anyways.
Either that or Swagger will wrestle
I don't give a shit.
Ziggler for it. But although we don't have a heel in this feud, we don't have a face in this feud. So.
No, it'll probably be Riley versus Ziggler with interference by Swagger.
Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's perfect. That's main event. Mark Henry and Christian versus Sheamus and John Cena, and you guys take this. It was all right. Like, and
yeah, I'd agree. Consensus met.
It was good enough.
A lot of block spots. At the very least, we don't get to see the 5-knuckle shuffle and the proto bomb and the shoulder tackles in sequence. So
there's nothing really to complain about, but nothing exactly stands out all that much.
Because
It's just kind of there.
boring. I think boring is the best word to describe this match. Because I don't think for a second I was invested in it. Because I knew who was going to win.
Yeah, you know what? We don't even have to.
I will say that, like, I never would have thought last year that I'd see Sheamus bro kick a bitch, and then that leads into the attitude adjustment, but it
We
did.
really don't even have to tell you who won. I think you can figure it out for yourself if you didn't see it.
And it's not even just because Cena was in it. Like, if it would have been anyone else, Sheamus and some other top babyface.
Like Orton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, Kofi, or something like that. I would have known who was going to win, because Mark Henry and Christian fucking heels that they're not trying to build.
Well, I think they had.
No, Mark Henry's
This is not
losing
necessarily
champion.
true because
I think-
Christian.
Makes his entire push pointless. Fuck
That's entirely
Henry.
true because Christian has the cage match that, like even on Monday was kind of getting hyped.
Spoiler alert, Orton wins.
Oh,
You.
We all knew
Know that.
this.
well, yeah, we all knew this, but whatever.
Yeah,
Well,
but-
basically, they don't create enough of a distinction from the fact that they're actual tag teams, like people who are paired up and competing for the belts. Like, they don't create enough of a distinction that those are, like, the real deal, and, like, when they just pair people up, it's really just a main event with those guys. I don't...
Wait,
actually-
there's more than 2 tag teams?
Yeah, you could have fucking told me.
I thought it was just a ton of cutting in the new air balloon.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Oh my god, click. Come on, Hero Castagnoli, you can't come fast enough.
Okay, so after the match, Triple H watching backstage, CM Punk walks in. Triple H is he says, well, I just got off the phone with the board of directors. Punk says, board of directors. Triple H informs him that Nash ain't going to be wrestling, and it'll be Triple H versus CM Punk at Night of Champions. They go face to face,
Yay.
and Cena and Sheamus are celebrating. Raw goes off the air. This show was average at best.
They had 2 good matches. I'd say I'd go one above you and say it was decent at best.
Yeah, it was all right. I've got to say I'm way more interested in seeing Punk versus Triple H than Punk versus Nash.
I do.
And I'm thinking the reason they changed it. the obvious reason they changed it is that they probably figured out, Nash probably can't work a match with this guy too well. Without getting hurt.
I mean, according to the sheets, it's pretty much like they didn't medically clear him. Like they basically got his physical back, and they're like, "Ooh boy, I don't know about that."
Oh shit!
Is that fragile?
We killed him.
Jokes are the gifts that keep on giving. But nonetheless, the only kind of problem I have with this is that it kind of makes the Triple H versus Punk thing hasty, and it makes them have to draw it out, because I would have thought, like, CM Punk versus Nash, either Punk goes over clean or Triple H screws him. After that, you get Triple H versus Punk, and then you would have like enough brevity to kind of lead into the big Survivor Series Team Punk versus Team Triple H that they're alluding to. But
well, the thing is that this sort of has been building for pretty much since Triple H took over as COO. You know, the constant insults, the remarks about his wife, basically what we're supposed to take from, you know, the last moments of Raw was that, you know, Triple H is pretty much, you know, limit is reached, he's in charge, so fuck it, I'm setting us up to fight. You want to be a little shithead, I'll kick your ass.
And I think what I hope they don't turn CM Punk into is, I hope, like, next week he's not like, yeah, see, Triple H is gonna hit me, yeah. And, you know, I don't see them. I think it's a possibility, because I leave a huge margin of error for WWE even now, and, you know, especially since they've kind of really dropped the ball on the whole Punk thing. And, you know, I'm not really looking forward to this match, but I guess I'm looking forward to it more than Nash versus CM Punk, but that also isn't saying much.
But actually, like, moving on to SmackDown, I'm actually excited to talk about the opening monologue. You know why? We have a first. Fucking John Cena, he's like Super SmackDown, we got the whole backstage here. He's mentioned something about the XFL, and like it's dated. It's funny to brag on McMahon's total failure, but it's still dated.
Oh God, I remember that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. If some people would consider NFL no fun league.
Actually, I think it's worth pointing out that the crowd was actually rather dead when he first came out.
Yeah, it was just kind of like, eh.
Like, not even, like, Cena didn't even really get that much of a pop. I guess that's probably why they sent him out there.
But
oh fuck.
He says, I'm calling out Del Rio. Come out, because I got Del Rio's music hits, but he doesn't come out. The truth behind this is that he's had some visa problems, and like possibly just a normal expiration that's keeping him from being in the U.S. Nonetheless, Rodriguez comes out, and he has a message for Cena. Fucking speaks in English.
That was weird.
Goddamn first. He tells him you'll have to wait a little longer until Night of Champions, which it's unfortunate that they can't be confronting each other, but like it also, I mean, if anything, it makes Del Rio. Actually, I wonder about that.
It is very fitting.
It's circumstantial, but
it's done that more. Del Rio basically talking through Rodriguez all the time, just to give that air of I'm so much better than all of you assholes. I'm not even going to talk to you. Speak to my valet.
Speak to my personal ring announcer, motherfucker.
Funny thing was though is that like Ricardo Rodriguez raving keeps on repeating Del Rio's name, and Cena's like, "Shut up, shut up."
It was a fairly funny promo for Cena. I'll give him that.
He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna kick your ass at Night of Champions, Del Rio," and fucking decks Rodriguez.
No,
he actually hit him.
Yeah, probably.
Surely.
Yeah, he really hit him.
I was sitting there and I was all like, 4K!
Best shoot punch by Cena since the one he gave to CM Punk for calling him the New York Yankees. But we have our first match, and it's Barrett versus John Cena.
Guess who wins?
Oh. Fucking. I think the real problem here is that even if Cena's matches are good, I can't really get invested in them because I know who's going to win. There should always be, even when Cena's getting beat down, it's just like, oh, well, he's going to come back in 3, 2, yep. I didn't even get to finish the countdown. And,
unless it somehow involves the belt, in which case, they'll go back, they might go back and forth, to give the illusion that Cena could lose, and he has lost. He has lost to at least Punk.
Twice.
But
nonetheless.
Anything lower than that, if it's just a random fucking match against Wade Barrett, not a chance in hell.
I mean, it was just it was just so textbook Cena. There was nothing interesting about this match. It just ends with the standard 5 moves of doom, and
Barrett. And unfortunately, this is after Barrett's talking big that we reestablished the fact that they beat into our head from June of 2010, from August of 2010 until the end of the year, that anything Barrett says is pretty much bullshit in the face of John Cena. He is not any competition for him. And despite him saying something like, "Oh, I'm going to show you what it was like last year when you were my slave," you're going to feel as pathetic as you did. But
stop saying slave.
But, God damn it, Barrett! Let me just pat you on the head. Not. You could challenge.
You're white European. Stop saying slave.
Hey, the British got rid of it long before we did.
Still.
Not to mention there's 2 white people, nonetheless. But no, we didn't even need to get in. There is a funny joke about Cena saying oh, if I wanted to beat up a fat ring announcer, I'll just beat up Tony Chimmel. They cut to him and he fakes worrying.
He just throws his shoulders up and the sad trombone music is playing.
But yeah, we have our ho hum match, and after that, Matt Striker's backstage with Mark Henry, and he fucking continues this stupid Hall of Pain pun. Next.
Actually, before we go on with that, why is Mark Henry always wet? Do you just naturally sweat that much when you're that big?
That's exactly the funny thing. It's he may be the world's strongest man, and I understand he's big. He's big because his muscles are not toned; they're just fucking big. When you're such a big guy, and you're walking around completely wet, it kind of looks like you're sweating because you're fat.
And you gotta imagine, just getting out of bed is like a 4-mile run for us.
And it's not so much that it was just his face and his beard, which is normally dripping anyway. Yes, his tights were saturated.
He was before the interview started, Matt Striker was toweling him off. I mean, come on.
But yeah.
If you're gonna always have him wet, only interview him in a fucking gym. For the love of God, give us some sort of reason we can see that he would be covered in sweat. He's been working out. He's been doing weights. Give us a reason. The man just can't walk around wet all the fucking time. It's gross.
I wonder if that's disgusting when it falls into his mouth. Anyways.
On top of greener pastures slightly. Sin Cara versus Daniel Bryan. Match should have been longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was standard fare between both people. I mean,
the lights were on.
Even if you're an indie smart, Bryan Danielson's in the WWE. He has his signature spots. He did in ROH, but he's not able to wrestle 40-minute matches, and he probably won't. And I have no problem with that, honestly. But
Sin Cara's lights were on.
Oh, yeah.
They're always on.
Yes.
Precisely. Which is how we know when Sin Cara is going to win.
He's lost with those lights on.
Nonetheless,
He's on SmackDown. That's his home turf.
This match was about 5 minutes.
You're not going away.
Turn those fuckers off! As soon as he loses with them on, he loses the privileges. That's how it works.
Well, they might be taking them away because of what developed during this match. Let's talk about the match first, though.
Yeah.
It's I like pretty much trying to 6 minutes of them trying to outdo themselves with their spots. Like in particular their kicks. Like Brian went for his chest kicks and tried to go for the head one, but Sin Cara ducked away, stuff like that. Eventually, Hunico does his finish.
You know, I really don't get why Daniel Bryan is on such a losing streak. They should be building him. He has money in the bank. I don't understand.
Maybe they want to play the underdog card?
No, yeah, they want to do that, definitely. Like, well, but at the same time, like, most of the matches that he's been losing have been against, like, count him, Del Rio before he had when he still had the case, Del Rio when he had the championship. Do you think they're going to have their top champion lose to Daniel, to someone who just holds a case?
Yes, but Wade fucking Barrett!
Yeah, no, I agree with that one. He should have won. That was arbitrary. That was, I don't know why they fucking did that. And of course...
Because they still think Wade Barrett has monetary value. He does not. He hasn't had monetary value since he left Nexus. Fuck him.
Yeah. But, the match is over. Daniel Bryan's, he's selling it. He's on his knees, and they shake hands, and the code of honor has been followed. If you don't get that, watch any ROH match between 2002 and 2005.
Until surprise kick in the face!
Yeah.
I don't really understand this because, you know, the whole reason that they wanted to keep the Sin Cara gimmick was because it's so over with the kids. And now they're turning him heel?
Because he's going to be evil Sin Cara. Durr.
Well, going around the boards, there was a thread where people found out about a new giveaway that some company's giving for the WWE. You buy 3 of their pay-per-views, you get a Sin Cara mask. Except the base is basically like a dark silver, and the visor's a dark blue, which looks fucking awesome. That just looks stone cold. Like I like
Actually, you know what I'd like to see out of this whole heel Sin Cara thing? To have Hunico heal it up for a while, and then they bring back Mystico back as the real Sin Cara.
Right. No, they're probably going to do that.
That would be really nice to see, actually.
Probably going to do that. Like, but nonetheless, like, if those are his heel colors, oh god, that looks awesome. Backstage with tag champs, and Born they give Born the mic.
Oh god.
He's like he says they're gonna a bunch of standard fare stuff. They're gonna ride the wave all the way, but nonetheless, as average as it is, he could fucking talk. He's fine. He's not John Morrison, who despite his charisma can't fucking handle a stick if his life depended on it.
Except when he's being an overconfident heel. Like, that's when because it's not him.
Because they're in sound bites. He's not trying to fucking be funny and it really comes off as awkward. They're heel sound bites. Sounds alright.
I disagree. I think he's just more witty as a heel than he is as a face. Because he can't say heel things as a face. Because he's a face.
Makes sense to me.
Right. Well, it was a pretty good promo, and they're obviously hyping the fact that they want to get more tag teams on the shows, which is a good thing, really. Yeah.
But yeah, after that.
Yup.
Oh man, we got ourselves a contract signing. What the hell?
God damn it, Booker. Get
some
some fucking goddamn. Booker still bothers me, and here's why. Because he says he's gone from just like not saying anything to saying the same fucking thing every time he's on commentary. He literally has nothing new to say. He just It's like he said something really stupid, so now they just swap out people's names with whatever he's saying for the night.
That man W. Barrett.
You know,
Escara.
I don't even know what I was going to say. Screw it. Oh, yeah, I do have something to say about the next part, though, because we've got Christian backstage with Matt Stryker, basically talking about his cage match tonight. And you know what? They were saying something about this feud, and that it was something along the lines of it's the most evenly matched feud of the decade.
How?
I would like to know what the hell they're smoking, because I like Christian a lot, but Randy Orton has beat him decisively every time they've met. Christian's only victory was a DQ.
Yeah. I don't care what you say, and I don't care how you spin it. That's not evenly matched. It's not how it works. It's not how the world works.
What is Christian in this feud, like 1-6?
We are the world.
When did We Are the World come into this equation?
Wait, what the hell?
I'm not.
That came out of nowhere.
I'm not
Our
quite
machine
sure.
seems to be in an interesting mood tonight.
Actually, someone was talking about like having a collaboration with all the screechiest females, and I think We Are the World V3 featuring Madison Rayne, Vicky Guerrero, and Karen Jarrett would be a fucking hit. That aside,
I'd buy it. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me.
whatever. Fucking, we have Oksana in the ring, and fucking, god damn it, this.
Why?
Yeah, they can't. They fucking creative can't get over themselves. They have to create a segment where we have like noirish jazz music, and the light goes pink, and she announces. Why do they have to take you out of reality like that?
Because it's the WWE. Logic does not dwell there. It just dwells a little bit more than it does in TNA.
Or at least its own brand of logic tends to hold up better.
I just don't understand why they gave her this segment. I mean, I really don't want to make fun of the girl because it's just an accent, but god damn!
I like her accent. I think
no, it's a nice accent, but it's so jarring.
Well, it'd be like if I started doing every show in my Sean Connery impersonation. I mean, you know, you've all heard me. I mean, you know, it's jarring.
War Machine.
Like,
we've all heard you speak with the Sean Connery accent, but have the listeners of the Dark Match heard you speak with the Sean Connery accent?
Probably not. No.
Okay. Beth Phoenix and Natalia. She announces Beth Phoenix and Natalia versus Kelly Kelly and Alicia Fox, and
Jesus Christ, Alicia Fox is a face.
Yep. For no reason. No. She fucking turned face last year. You know why?
I don't care.
She turned on Zack Ryder when he was getting TV time on Raw. A lot, by the way. Even if he was still just a jobber.
What on earth happened to Zack Ryder? I thought he was supposed to be like assistant general manager.
I forgot about that this week, apparently. And he's been pretty much, his role has been diminished like week after week. Like, I think he only congratulated the new tag champs last week on Raw. I don't quite recall him being on SmackDown.
they got bored with it.
Yeah.
We forgot to mention that he was RKO'd on Monday Night Raw.
No.
This is a short tag match.
Yes.
And of course, we've got fucking Booker on commentary trying to put over Alicia's, I don't even want to say axe kick, because that's not an axe kick she does.
More like an ash lick.
Well, Booker T called it a scissors kick. I call it a running with scissors kick.
I call it an ow my neck.
Basically, the match is Alicia Fox. They trade blows with Beth Phoenix, and she eats a glam slam, and the heels win. Yay!
Yay. No, wait, I'm not supposed to do that.
I guess. I mean, who gives a shit?
All right, fair enough.
But yeah, we have our.
Even if Natty and Beth are in the match, it's just look at who they're facing. They're not gonna win. Well, they're gonna win, but god damn it. Give them a challenge, someone.
Their challenge is on maternity leave.
Son of a bitch.
Essentially, with her steel uterus. We have our contract signing coming up next. Another one of these. We've had quite a few of these in the past few months.
Oh,
nothing against it. It's just they don't oversaturated, guys.
I'll give them credit. This one was interesting, if only because of, I like any moment. Well, we'll get to it. Or is that next? Yeah. I like any time where they start revealing that Punk really hasn't changed much. I wasn't around for, a lot, so I didn't get to see, his cult leader thing or whatever. But they still kind of play that he's basically just a silver-tongued bastard who's lying to the fans, and he's good at it. Anytime anyone calls him on that, I tend to enjoy that. I just find it interesting, I suppose.
I mean, this was a good contract signing segment, if for the fact that it put over their upcoming match at Night of Champions fairly well. Triple H spoke about what we were speaking about earlier, what Kevin Nash talked about, that basically he's tried to work with him. He supported Punk in so many ways. He paid Living Color to get him Cult of Personality. He made sure that Best in the World shirt was manufactured, and he gave him Nash. And what do? You still fucking spit in my face and try to push my buttons. Like he insulted his manhood, and now he's gonna have to deal with him as a man.
So much for ladies, man.
It was an interesting back and forth, to say the least. I mean, Punk is pretty much. I'm pretty much convinced at this point he's speaking on behalf of the IWC.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
But
basically, when it boils down to it.
I mean, I like the middle segment where Triple H says, I forgot whether he was trying to challenge him by saying what he got, and he's like, 50% of the audience loves you, but the other 50 hate you, and he's like,
no.
Could you?
I thought the thing was, Punk was saying that his basic thing was saying he wants the WWE to change,
right?
And Triple H saying, well, most people like the WWE, and Punk comes back with, well, shouldn't everyone like the WWE?
Right. Yeah. That I kind of realized I was digging myself in the hole way to explain it. Whatever. But Punk basically continues trolling by saying he's like, I just insulted your wife because it's fun, and I know that I'm pushing your buttons by doing it. But nonetheless, you failed. You're just like Vince. I wanted to change, and you just gave me the same shit all over again.
Basically.
And since they don't like each other at all, this will be a good match.
Mm-hmm. But Nash comes out to the ring, and they start fighting. And drops Punk, and then Triple H comes in, and he's just like, hey, what do you think you're doing? And Nash is just like, I'm doing what I want. And then Nash shoves Triple H down and clutches his fist and shakes it righteously, and then leaves as the NWO music plays.
Yeah, I could associate it with him, but it still sounds arbitrary on him. One thing we did gloss over was that Triple H once again threatened to kick Punk's skinny fat ass.
Yeah,
and why does he keep saying that? I don't know what it means.
That was trending.
Now we know he's doing it on purpose.
Yeah, the thing is that I have heard that as a term. Just
someone who's skinny and
really
fat
doesn't fit here.
Someone who's skinny and fat. That's a contradiction. It's not real.
All right, if we're gonna analyze it, like basically, when you say kiss my fat ass, it could just mean that like my obnoxious fuck it, I don't care. Our next match is Great Khali versus Sheamus after Matt Striker fails to get a word with Kevin Nash. He just walks off. Great Khali versus Sheamus, we've seen it before. It was much better the first time it happened because no one really fucking saw any good match coming out of Great Khali, and Sheamus did it. But this time it was more of the same, so nothing much to speak about.
So,
No.
Jinder Mahal comes out.
Who?
That
Jinder
guy
Mahal.
who's been wandering around with Collie or something.
Jinder Mahal comes out and
No.
attacks Sheamus.
Oh,
on,
yes.
That.
Yes,
Why?
basically Razor's edges the fuck out of Mahal, and not a moment too soon either.
Doesn't matter. No one cares.
Anyway. Steel cage is lowered. Bum 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 bum. Christian versus Randy Orton.
Oh, you know something? Something we haven't really talked about?
Yep.
The trailer for Inside Out.
No, I didn't watch it.
Basically,
Neither did I.
Things pre-recorded. I can skip that shit.
I think it's supposed to be like a prequel to The Chaperone because Triple H appears to be playing the exact same character.
Well, it's either that or it's just this prequel to Chaperone because it can't figure out what kind of movie it wants to be it a drama or an action movie or maybe a little comedy peppered in. It's another schizophrenic WWE films release with quite the fucking cast backing behind it. I mean, throw around names like Michael Rappaport and Parker Posey and Bruce Dern. Fuck me. Like, how do they get people?
They're just trying to be relevant.
But yeah, steel cage match, Christian versus Orton, would be a lot better if it happened a month ago. I say, like, it was a good match, and there were like, I won't say unprecedented, but nonetheless well called and like sort of unexpected spots that occurred. But nonetheless, like, we've seen this happen 6 times. Does it matter if it's in a cage match, especially since the fucking finish was a pin?
I think
Yeah.
the only thing that really sticks out in my mind on this is that at one point Orton goes to the door to actually get let out of the cage, just as this sort of psychology of, you know what, I can do it too, motherfucker. I'll just beat you at your own game.
Yeah.
It's an interesting finish, actually.
Yeah.
Which also, by the way, when did they start doing that? How long have they been doing that? Where at a certain point in the match, after their opponent's beaten down enough, one guy goes to the cage door and the ref opens it. Like,
It doesn't even take a certain amount of time. Christian immediately went for the fucking door, like not even maybe a minute in, and they opened it.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, when did that get introduced
That's
and
weird.
why?
I can see maybe opening the door, although it's kind of dumb. You know, I don't think that's much of a challenge. But for the love of God, at least require 5 minutes to go by first.
Well, they've been doing that for a while, I think. Haven't they?
They've been doing it since I started watching again, but that's barely a year. So I would.
But yeah, like, if one spot was notable, Randy Orton did that thing where he has Christian in a powerbomb hold and then he transitions it into a neckbreaker. I'm glad he kind of just keeps it for sparse matches, or rather for a sparse frequency of matches. But nonetheless, like, again, I got nothing bad to say about this match. It's just I've seen variations of it before.
It's predictable as fuck.
Mm.
I mean, you know, it's just, oh, it's disgusting. It's a disgusting match. I mean, I've seen it. It's just they are running on fumes with this at this point. And this time they just threw it in a cage. They recycled it in space.
You know, I think at this point I actually kind of want to see Randy Orton versus Mark Henry. Just to give me something different.
Quite honestly, like, I wouldn't even fucking call it predictable, and I wouldn't hold it against either performer. I'd hold it against the fucking bookers. Like,
yeah,
what are they gonna do if this is like the 7th time doing it? Nonetheless, Orton, I didn't expect him to lose the title. He didn't. Top rope RKO.
Yeah.
And Mark Henry comes out to hype the Night of Champions match.
Ugh. You know what? I don't even know if Mark Henry's going to make it to Night of Champions because every time he's about to go for the World Heavyweight title, he gets fucking injured.
Yeah,
and
he really does.
that's how his push always ends. It's like he's cursed, and I'm predicting that happens this time. How many weeks left to Night of Champions? What, 3?
You know what do you know what Randy Orton's new opponent should be if Mark Henry can't make it? Johnny Curtis. Fucking draw right there.
Boo.
Yeah, I got nothing. Wow.
All right.
He's basically like the Madden curse of title pushes.
Well, yeah, I mean, we all remember how his feud with Batista went.
Yeah.
I don't.
Back in like 2005, I think it was. And the infamous steel cage door that would not come off, which I almost wish had happened again tonight.
Nah.
Yeah, they did that like with fucking Big Show the other day, and we were almost like, I remember watching that on Raw like a month ago, and like he's gonna fuck up the cage door, he's gonna fuck up the cage. That actually looked kind of good. I'm disappointed. But that was a dark match. It was the week in WWE was for me average to decent.
It was good. It just wasn't anything memorable.
Yeah. Like I'll definitely wait patiently for the debut of the Kings of Wrestling. But
I say meh. That's what I say about this match.
Mm.
I hate it. I didn't love it. Could have done without it.
As far as Super SmackDown went, there wasn't a lot that felt really special.
No, basically the only thing that happened was that SmackDown was live. It aired on Tuesday, and
John Cena's there.
Yeah, and both, the brand separation has been, nullified.
Curb stomped.
Yeah.
That is the super special awesome that was this week, and not good enough.
Yeah, no, it's not.
All right, that was the week in WWE Raw and Super SmackDown.
Boo.
Like Christopher says.
Wait.
Oh yes.
What gets more screen time than Zack Ryder?
Oh yeah.
I think we skipped it.
Yeah, it's Bible again.
Yep. I really got nothing for this. Damn. Oh, right. I got one. Mark Henry's disgusting sweaty tights get more screen time than Zack Ryder.
Jazz Music gets more screen time than Zack Ryder.
Shoot.
Jinder Mahal's disgusting sweaty face gets more screen time than Zack Ryder.
Or presence. Sin Cara's badass tentative mask gets more screen time than Zack Ryder, and it wasn't even on the show, and that's a shame.
Oksana gets more screen time than Zack Ryder.
Blah.
That was a dark match.
I don't care.
I'm Christopher Says.
I'm Joe's Angel.
I am Backlash.
And I'm Mr. War Machine.
Jesus.
God, he's not going to stop.
Now you go look.
Good night.